Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. My name is Mr. Adebanjo. In this video we are going to be discussing together the WAEC GCE 2024 General Mathematics Theory questions. In the previous video we have discussed the objective part of these questions. But in this video, like I promised in the previous video, that you are going to be discussing the theoretical part of that WAEC GCE 2024 General Mathematics, the theory part. We are going to be discussing it in this video, and that's what we are going to be doing right now. So we are going to be helping each other to understand the solutions to the just concluded WAEC GCE 2024 General Mathematics, the theoretical part of the question. That means that if you have not checked or seen the objective part, quickly go to the playlist of this video. You will see the objective part of this question there, so that you can reference them and see what and what they expect the learners to know in that video. So what are we going to be doing in this video? We are going to be solving each of the questions step by step together in this video. And also we have 13 questions to solve together. And don't forget that those 13 questions we have like babies. What I mean by babies, it will have like a B, C or attached to them. So excuse me, don't forget that we have 13 questions to solve together with the babies attached to each of them. Then we are going to be referencing the topic where each of the question emanate from. That is where the topic where they got all the 13 questions from. We're going to be telling you one after the other too. So, and but before we get it started, if you are here to subscribe to our channel, please click the subscribe button on the channel right now. And the reason we are doing this is that so that will help us improve this channel. And whenever we post information on the channel, you will be the first person to know. So please don't forget to share this video with students out there, even with the teachers that want to use this as a reference point, and like the video and comment in the comment section of this video, so as to help us improve in our next video. Now, the first question we are going to be solving is the one we are seeing on the screen right now. And the question is from the arithmetic progression. We are told that the salary of a sales girl for the first year of a commencement of work is $9,500 per annum. If an increment of $250 is added at the end of each year, we have to find our salary in the 12th year. So like I told you, the question is from it will form an arithmetic progression. So the first year, the sales girl receive $9,500. Then after the first year, there will be increment of $250. So at the end of each year, so that means at the end of every year, she will receive additional $250 as increment. So that with the salary will form arithmetic progression, since there will be $250 difference at the end of every year. So that means for the first year, which represent the first term, $9,500 will be given. Then after the second year, after the end of second year, she will receive additional $250. So that will make the salary to be $9,750. Then after the third year also, she will receive $10,000 with additional that the reason being that $250 will be added to this as well to give us this $10,000. So, and it will continue like that. So they want us to find the salary when she get to 12th year. So 12th year, what will be her salary in 12th year? That's what we are looking for. And that means we need to find the 12th term of this sequence. we need to find these 12 terms of this sequence. So that means the first term will be 9,500, and the common difference, there's common difference between the terms, which is the increment to $250. So we are looking for the 12th term. That's what is the 12th term of an AP? What is 12th term of arithmetic progression? The 12th term of an arithmetic progression is a plus 11d. So the 12th term of an AP is a plus 11d. So in that case, we know our a, which is the first term, 9,500 plus 11 times the common difference. So if you substitute that correctly, you have this. So if you now simplify this, you'll be having 9,500 plus 2,150. That is given to us by 11 times 250. Then from there, if you add together, that will be $12,250. So this is the amount the salary she's going to receive at the 12th year. So the question continues. So it has option question B under it as well, which we are asked to we are told that how many years will our sum of income be $182,000. In how many years will our sum of income be $182,000? So that one is talking about the sum of terms in AP. Sum of terms in AP. So how many years? The number of time that it will take. The number of time it will take to sum the terms to this $182,000. And we know that the sum of term in AP is n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. So our aim is to find the value of n, which is the number of years. N here will represent the number of years that it will take her to sum the money she received to this amount. So now we know the first time, which is 9,500 that we got in the first in the sequence that we generated, and the common difference is $250. So if you substitute that into this formula, we have $182,000, which is the money sum to, then equals to n over 2 into 2 times first time is 9,500 plus n minus 1 multiplied by d, which is 250. So from there, if you simplify further, you can multiply both sides by 2 so as to clear this denominator, or you can cross multiply. So 2 multiply $182,000, that gives us 364,000. Then 2 times 9,500 will give us 19,000. Then 250 will open this bracket, so that gives us 250n minus 250. Then if you simplify further, on 19,000 minus 250, you'll be having 18,150 plus 250n. Also, n will open the bracket here, so you'll be having 18,150n plus 250n squared. If you take the like terms, that is, you can bring this 364,000 to this side. So you'll be having, we divide through by 250 first. If you divide through by 250, you'll be having 1,456 equals to 75n plus n squared. Then collect like terms, you'll be having n squared plus 75n minus 1,456 equals to 0, which results to quadratic equation. So you have to solve this quadratic equation using any method we know, but we know that this can be solved using factorization method. So we will look for two numbers we can multiply together to give us a minus 1,456, and when you add them together, it will give us a plus 75. And so those numbers will be 91 and then minus 16. 91 times minus 16 will give us a minus 1,456, and 91 minus 16 will give us a 75. So we should replace 75n here, because 91n minus 16n will give us 75n. So you can factorize this and factorize this as well. So n is common here, you'll be having n into n plus 91. Minus 16 is common here, you have minus 16 into n plus 91 equals to 0. So we bring n minus 16 together, and so you pick one of the bracket, n plus 91 equals to 0. So that means each of the bracket is equal to 0. So you can find n from there. So n will be equal to 16 or n is equal to minus 91. So since the years it will take out to this to sum the income to this amount cannot be negative. So that means n is going to be 16. So it will take our 16 years to sum our income to $182,000. So that's the solution for question number 1. Question number 2 is from the ratio or word problem. It's from word problem. Mr. Adu share a 6 acres cocoa farm between his 2 children. The sum of the reciprocals of their share is 8/9. Find the number of acres received by each child. So like I told you, the question is from the word problem. So we don't know the share of the 2 children. We can say let x be their share. So let x and y be the share of the 2 children. So from there, that means the person, Mr. Adu, share these 6 acres between these 2 children, and let their share be x and y. So that means if you add the share of the 2 children together, it should give us these 6 acres. Because we are not told that he kept any acres to himself. We are told that he shared the 6 acres to the 2 children. So that means you'll be having x plus y is equal to 6, which is the first equation we are going to get from that. Then from there, we are told that the sum of the reciprocals of their share. So what is the reciprocal of x? That will be 1 over x. And what is the reciprocal of y? That will be 1 over y. So the sum of that will be equal to 8/9. So that means I will be having 1 over x plus 1 over y equals to 8/9, which will give us another equation. So from there, we can work on equation 1. We can say from equation 1, let's make s subject of the formula. So s will be equal to 6 minus y. You can call that one equation 3. So you can now put equation 3 into equation 2. So put equation 3 into equation 2. You'll be having 1 over 6 minus y, which is represented by x here, plus 1 over y equals to 8/9. Then from there, we can find you can multiply through by or we can find the LCM of this left hand side. So which is y into 6 minus y. So the LCM is y into 6 minus y. So 6 minus y into in this, that will give us a y. Y times 1 will give us y here. Plus y in this will give us 6 minus y. 6 minus y times 1 will give us 6 minus y equals to 8/9. So y minus y will give us 0. So we have 6 over this left. So we have 6 over y into 6 minus y equals to 8/9. From there we can cross multiply. If you cross multiply, 8 will multiply this. So we are having 8y into 6 minus y. 6 times 9 will give us 54. Then from there, if you open the brackets, we'll be having 8y times 6 will give us 48y. Then 8y times minus y gives us minus 8y squared equals to 54. Then from there, you can collect like times. That will give us 8y squared minus 48y plus 54 equals 0. So something is common. 2 is common, so we can divide through by 2. So we have 4y squared minus 24y plus 27 equals to 0. So we are now to solve this quadratic equation using the method that we know, but this cannot be solved using a factorization method. So we quickly use a formula method. Since we are looking for the value of y, so you'll be having y is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Our a is 4, our b is minus 24, our c is 27. If you substitute that into the formula, you'll be having y is equals to minus open bracket minus 24 plus or minus square root of minus 24 squared minus 4 times 4 times 27 over 2 times 4. Minus times minus will give us a plus here. So we'll be having y is equals to 24 plus or minus 24 square will give us a 576. Then 4 times 27 will give us a 432. 2 times 4 will give us 8. Then 576 minus 432 will give us 144. So square root of 144 is 12. So we're having y is equal to 24 plus or minus 12 over 8. Which this statement imply this means imply two statements. So we'll be having y is equal to 12 plus 24 plus 12 over 8, or y is equal to 24 minus 12 over 8. So if you simplify for that, you'll be having your y to be 4.5 or 1.5. So that will be the value of y. We need to get the value of x also. So if you substitute the value of y into equation 3 to get the value of our x, so when our y is 4.5, if you put that into equation 1, so into equation 3 rather, so you'll be having s equals to 6 minus 4.5, which is the value of y there. That gives us 1.5. So when our s is 1.5, also if you put that into this equation, you'll be having s is equals to 6 minus 1.5, which is 4.5. So you can see that we get the same values of the same value we got for y, same thing we are getting for x as well. So that made the two children will receive 4.5 and 1.5 acres of land. So that will be solution for question number 2. Question number 3 is from the word problems. Also, word problem is in mensuration of plane shapes. We are told that the length in centimeters of the size of an equilateral triangles are m plus n, 3m minus 5n, and m minus 2n plus 3. We have to find the value of m and n. So we are dealing with an equilateral triangle, and we know what an equilateral triangle is. An equilateral triangle is a triangle with 3 sides being equal. So that means all the 3 sides are equal. So if you represent the sides by this value given, so m minus 2n plus 3 represent one of the side, then m plus n represent one of the side, and 3m minus 5n represent the third side as well. So don't forget that all these 3 sides are equal. So we have to find the value of m and n there. So what can we do? Of course, if I pick this side, it should be equal to this side as well. So that means I'll be having m minus 2n plus 3 equals to m plus n. If you simplify that further, so you can collect like times, you'll be having m, this comes here, you have minus m minus 2n, then minus n, then equals to minus 3. Then minus n will give us 0, minus 2n minus n will give us minus 3n equals to minus 3. Variables are by my minus 3, n will be equals to 1. So that will give us n equals to 1. So this side also will be equal to this side as well. So that will give us another equation to deal with. So also we'll be having m minus 2n plus 3 equals to 3m minus 5n. If you take the like times, you'll be having m minus 3m minus 2n plus 5n equals to minus 3. So m minus 3m will give us minus 2m. Minus 2m plus 5n will give us 3n. So equals to minus 3. But we already know the value of our n, which is 1. So if you substitute that into this equation, we'll be having minus 2m plus 3 into 1 equals to minus 3. If you simplify further, we have minus 2m plus 3 equals to minus 3. Then collect like times, you'll be having minus 2m equals to minus 6. The variables are by minus 2. M will be equals to 3. So the value of our m is 3, n is 1. Then the B part of that question said that we have to find the perimeter of the triangle. So this was the triangle that we are talking about, which is the equilateral triangle. And we know that equilateral triangle, all sides are equal. So if you are looking for the perimeter of this triangle, we need to simplify one of the sides to know the value of the side. Since we know the value of our m and n now, m was 3 and n is 1 from the previous answer we got in A. So if I take this side, don't forget that all the sides are equal. So I can easily use this one. So m plus n will give us 3 plus 1, that will give us 4. So that means each of the side of this equilateral triangle is 4. So to find the perimeter of the triangle, that we need to add the sides together, 4 plus 4 plus 4. So that will give us 12 as the perimeter of the triangle. So that's the solution for question number 3. Question number 4 is from circle geometry. Question number 4 is from circle geometry. We are told that in this diagram, line TR is a tangent to the circle PQRS. That is this line TR. This line that is here is a line of tangent to this circle rather, because it's touching the circle at this point R. Then angle PTR, angle PTR is 50 degrees, which is this angle here, and angle PSR is 70 degrees, which is this angle that is here. We have to find angle RPT, angle RP, then T. We are looking for the angle here, angle RPT. We are looking for the angle that is from here. That's what we are looking for. Then how can we find that? It's very simple. Now, if you want to know more on a circle geometry, you can reference my video on the channel where I talk about I explain everything on circle geometry, so as to help you understand circle geometry very well. So how can we solve this? We are told that this line is a line of tangent, which is fine. Then we know that if you look at this shape RSPQ, that is a quadrilateral. So that makes this circle a cyclic quadrilateral. We are having a quadrilateral inscribed in a circle, so that means this is cyclic quadrilateral. And don't forget that all the angles of that quadrilateral, all of them are the circumference, so that form a cyclic quadrilateral. Then this angle that is here, which is 70 degree angle PSR, is having a relationship with angle RQT, which is this angle here. So angle PSR is equal to angle RQT, which is the angle that is here. Reason being that angle, the exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to opposite interior angle. So angle RQT, which is this angle here, is equal to 70 degrees. Exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to opposite interior angle. Then having gotten that, we can, so from this triangle QRT, we can find the third angle there, which is this angle here. We can find the third angle here, which is this angle QRT. Since we know this angle and we know this angle here, so we can find the third angle in that triangle using sum of angle in a triangle. So angle QRT will be equal to 180 minus angle RQT we got there, which is 70 minus 50 degrees, sum of angle in a triangle. So that will give us 60 degrees. The angle here is 60 degrees. So don't forget that this angle is 60 degrees. There is a relation between angle QRT we just got and this angle we are looking for, because this is a tangent and this is a chord. So that means a segment is formed here. Segment is formed here, and this segment, this angle in this segment is alternate to the angle we are having here. We are looking for here. So that means angle RPQ, so angle RPT we are looking for is going to be 60 degrees alternate segment to this angle we are looking for here. So that will solve the question number 4 for us. Question number 5 is from the probability. We are told that a sack contains 5 yellow, 2 white, and a number of red balls, all of the same size. If the probability of selecting at random a yellow ball is 1/4, we have to find the number of red ball in the sack. So like I told you, the question is from probability. We are since we don't know the number of red balls here, let number of red ball be X. So in that case, the number of yellow ball was 5, number of white was 2, so number of red is X. So we can know the total ball here. Total ball will now be 5 plus 2, which is 7 plus X. So this is the total ball. Then from there, we are told that the probability of picking a yellow ball is 1/4. So we can use that. Probability of yellow ball is a favorable outcome over total outcome. In this case, favorable outcome will be from this 5 yellow ball, and total outcome will be 7 plus X. And then we know the probability of picking a yellow ball is 1/4. If you substitute that into this, we'll be having 1/4 equals to favorable outcome, which is yellow ball, 5 of them, over total outcome, which is 7 plus X. So from there, we can cross multiply to find the value of our X. So if you cross multiply, we'll be having 7x equals to 20. Color light times S will be equals to 20 minus 7, that will be 13. So that means, don't forget that X represents number of red ball, which is So that means number of red ball will be 13, which is solution for question number 5A. Then for question number 5B, we have to find probability of selecting at random a white ball. So don't forget that we have 2 white ball, and now we need total ball here, which is will be 20, because 7 plus 13 gives us 20. So white ball is 2, then total ball is 20. So probability of picking a white ball will be favorable outcome over total outcome. So in white ball, total favorable outcome, then we have 2 of them over total outcome, which is 7 plus which is going to be 7 plus 13. That will be was 2 over 20. If you reduce that, that will give us 1 over 10. So that's all question number 5 for us. Question number 6, which is the optional part. The first one starts from the arithmetic of finance. 6A, Awudu buys 3,650 articles at the cost of $6 per articles. The selling price is fixed such that when only 3,000 articles are sold, it will make a profit of 40% on the total costs. Calculate the selling price of an article. So like I told you, the question is from the arithmetic of finance. Now, from here now, we are told that I would buy 3,750 articles at the cost of this price. At the cost of this, so you can know the total cost for all the 3,750 articles. So number of articles is 3,750, and the cost per article is $6. So the total cost for the articles bought will be 3,650 times $6, and that should give us $22,500. So don't forget that the selling price is fixed. The selling price is fixed for all the articles, and we are told that 3,000 articles were sold. So total selling price, we can find the total selling price for all the articles here now. Sorry, total selling price for all the articles that was sold. So that will be total cost, which is the 22,500, because we are told that the selling price was fixed. So total cost, which is $22,500 plus 40% of the total cost. So 20% of the total cost, that will give us a total cost is 22,500, which is what we got here, plus 40% of total cost. That will be 40 over 100 times 22,500. If you simplify that further, that will give us 22,500 plus 9,000, and that should give us 31,500 at the total selling price. The total selling price. Then now that we know the total selling price, we can find the selling price per article. So this is the total selling price. Then selling price per article will be total selling price divided by number of articles sold. Then that will be 31,500 divided by the articles sold were 33,000. So that should give us a that will give us $10.50. So that will be the selling price for the per articles. Then question number 6B is from the coordinate geometry. It's from coordinate geometry. We are told that the gradient of the line which passes through points P and Q, and P has a coordinate of x, 4, and the Q has a coordinate of -3, x, and the gradient is 5/2. We have to find the value of x, and then you have to find the equation of this of the straight line. So we know that to find the gradient of a line that passes through 2 points, we have a change in y over change in x. That will be y2 minus y1 over s2 minus x1. If you substitute that into the equation we have here, the gradient is 5/2, as you have been told, and the coordinate that the straight line passes through is P and Q, and their coordinate is s, 4 and -3, x. So that means our y2 is x, and our y1 is 4. That gives us s minus 4 over our s2 is -3, and our s1 is x. That gives us -3 minus x. If you cross multiply, 2 will multiply s minus 4, 5 will multiply -3 minus x. If you open the bracket, you have 2s minus 8 equals to, open the bracket, you have -15 minus 5x. Collect like times, you have 2x plus 15 plus 5x equals to minus 15 plus 8. So that will give us a 7x equals to minus 7. S will be equals to minus 1. So the value of x is minus 1. Now that we know the value of x, that means the coordinate of p will now become minus 1, 4. And the coordinate of q will now become minus 3, minus 1. So we have to use that to find the equation of the straight line that passes through those 2 points. We know that the equation of a straight line is a linear equation, which is in form of y is equals to ms plus c. So y is equals to ms plus c. This is the general equation of a straight line. So you can use this to find the equation of the straight line we are looking for. M represent the gradient. We already know the gradient to be 5/2. So c represent the y-intercept, which you can find using any of the 2 coordinates that the line passes through. So if you want to know more on coordinate geometry, you can reference my video where the video I just posted, where I explained coordinate geometry in detail. All the subtopics in coordinate geometry were explained there, so you can reference that video to understand the coordinate geometry very well. So if I substitute the gradient here, which is 5/2, I'll be having y is equal to 5/2x plus c. So at any of these coordinates, I can find the value of c. So I think we use the value of p at coordinate of p, which is minus 1, 4. So that means our y is 4, our s is minus 1. If you put that into this equation, I'll be having 4 is equal to 5/2 into minus 1 plus c. Then I can multiply minus 1 by 5/2. That will give us a y. 4 is equal to minus 5/2 plus c. So you can collect like times. You have c is equal to 4 plus 1, 5/2. If you simplify this, that should give us 13/2. So that means the c, which is y-intercept, is 13/2. If I return that into this equation here, I'll be having y is equal to 5/2x plus 13/2. So that's the equation we have to look for, but you can as well clear the denominator by multiplying through by 2. So that gives us 2y equals to 5x plus 13. You can take the line, take 5s here, or bring 2y to this side. So if you rearrange it, you have 5s minus 2y equals to minus 13, which is the equation of the straight line we have to look for. So that's all question number 6 for us. Question number 7 is from the statistic. In this case, we are told that the table shows the distribution of ages of workers in a company. We have the ages, which is the interval form, and we have frequency. We have to calculate to 3 significant figures the mean of the distribution. Then mean, we have to find the mean of this distribution, and don't forget that this is a group data with class interval. So we have to find the mean of group data. That will be summation fx over summation f. So if you redraw the table in vertical form like this, or in a column form like this, we have the ages, then we have frequency. If you sum the frequency together, that gives us 190. We want to find the mean, and don't forget that mean is which is represented mean, which means x bar is calculated by the summation of fs over summation f. So the mean of a group data is calculated by summation fs over summation f. So we have f already. What we don't have is we don't have x. So then we need to compute x, and s can be gotten from the midpoint of the intervals. That is, we had the intervals here together, we divided by 2. 17 plus 21, that gives us a 38, divided by 2, that gives us 19. So that means the midpoint, which s represented the midpoint of the intervals. So the first one is 19. 22 plus 26 will give us a 48, divided by 2, that gives us 24. 27 plus 31 will give us 58, divided by 2, that gives us a 29. 32 plus 36 will give us a 68, divided by 2 give us 34, and so on. You get the value of x. Now that we know the value of s, we need to find fx. That is, frequency will multiply x. So we need to compute f times x. So that will be 12 times 19. So that will give us a 228. 24 times 24 give us 576. 30 times 29 give us 870. 36 times 34 give us 1258, and so on like that. And after getting our fs, we need to sum it together, summation. So if you sum this fs together, that gives us 6655. Then over summation of f, which is 190. So if you put that into this formula, we are having 6655 divided by 190. and that should give us 35.0263. But because says you should leave your answer in 3 significant figures, so that should give us 35.0 to 3 significant figures. So that's the value of the mean. But in question number B, you have to calculate two decimal places the standard deviation of the distribution. So we have to calculate standard deviation of this distribution, which means that we are going to need this mean to find the standard deviation. So to find standard deviation is of a group data is the square root of the summation f multiplied by x minus s bar squared over summation f. So if you look at this formula, we still need to compute x minus s bar. We have our x, which is this column, and we have our s bar, which is the mean. So we need to compute x minus s bar, which is the deviation itself. So if you compute the x minus s bar, we'll be having our s is 19 minus 35.0263. That gives us a minus 16.026 to 3 decimal places. Then we have 19 minus 35.0263. That gives us a minus 11.026. We have 29 times minus 35.0263. So that gives us a minus 6.026. Next one, you have 34 minus 35.0263. So that gives us minus 1.026. We have 39 minus 35 this. That gives us 3.974. 44 minus 35.0263. That will give us 3.974, and so on like that. So that will give us the deviation. Don't forget, this is x minus s bar. So the bar is not really showing here. I don't know why it's not showing the table, but it's showing this formula here. Then after computing that, we will now square the deviation. So x minus s bar square. So you square it now. You square the deviation. So whatever you get here, you square them one after the other. Minus 16.026 squared. That'll give us this. Minus 11.026 will give us this as well, and so on. So when you square them, then frequency will now multiply the deviation square. So this frequency will now multiply this column as well. So you'll be having a frequency 12 times 256.833. That gives us a 3081.996. 12 times 121.573. That gives us a 2917.75. 30 times 36.313. That gives us this. 37 times 1.053. That gives us this. 45 times 15.793. That gives us this as well, and so on until you get to this level. So we have to sum summation of this. So we have to sum this column together. That gives us 14,324.93 divided by summation f, which is 190. If you put that into this formula, you'll be having the value we have here over 190. If you simplify for that, that'll give us 8 points. That is, divide this by this, whatever you get, you find the square root of it. That'll give us 8.682993. So you have to take it to 2 decimal places. That'll give us 8.68 to 2 decimal places. That's all question number 7 for us. Question number 8 is from the measuration of solid shape. Measuration of solid shape. We are told that the volume and height of a right circular cone are 1,232 centimeter cube and 24 centimeter respectively. We have to find the base radius of the cone, and we have to find the curved surface area of the cone as well. So the volume is 1,232. So if you try to scale the cone itself, we have a cone like this. Then we are told that it's a right circular cone. That means that between the height and the base radius, there is a right angle there. So if I draw the height of the cone and the base radius, so there is a right angle between them. That's what makes it a right circular cone. Then from there, this will be represent the base radius, and this side will be the slant height, which is represented by L. Then from there, question asks us to find the base radius of the cone, which is this radius. So we can do that using the volume of the cone given to us. We know the value of the volume of the cone, so we can use that to find the base radius. So the volume of a cone is 1/3 of the volume of the cylinder. volume of a cylinder is pi r square h. So volume of a cone is 1/3 of that, because the volume of a cone and the volume of cylinder have relationship. So volume of cone is 1/3 of volume of a cylinder. So that's 1/3 pi r square h. So you know the value of the cone, the volume of the cone is 1232 equals to 1/3 times 22/7, which is the pi, multiplied by r square multiplied by the height of the cone, which is 24 given. If you simplify that further, you'll be having 1232 equals to 22 times 3 can go in 24. That gives us 8 times 8 times r square over 7. From there we can cross multiply. 7 will multiply 1232. So we have 7 times that equals to 22 times 8 times r square. If you simplify the left hand side, we have 8624 equals to 22 times 8 will give us 176 r square. Divide both sides by 176. So we'll be having r square to be 49. Take the square root of both sides. R will be 7 centimeters square, 7 centimeter rather. So that means the base radius of the cone is 7 centimeter. So Roman figure 2, we have to find the curved surface area of the cone. We have to find the curved surface area of the cone. So the curved surface area of the cone is pi rl. Pi rl is the curved surface area of a cone. So that means we need to find, we need the slant height of the cone, which is the L. So how can we get that? We can use because this shape here will form a right angle triangle. So that means there's a relation between this, the slant height, the height of the cone, and the base radius. So that will be L square equals to h square plus r square. So our h is 24, our r is 7. If you substitute that into it, you have L square equals to 24 square plus 7 squared. So that will give us this. So our L square will be 625. So take the square root of both sides. L will be 25 centimeters. So that means the slant height of the cone is 25 centimeters. So curved surface area of a cone is pi rl. So that's the reason why we're even finding the slant height in the first place. If you substitute the values here, we have 22/7 times radius is 7 times the slant height, which is 25. 7 will take care of 7. We have 22 times 25. That will give us 550 centimeters square as the curved surface area of the cone. Question number 8b is from the substitution of algebra. Substitution in algebra. We are told that given that x plus y minus z is equal to 5/6 and the x plus y plus z is equal to 8, we have to evaluate 3x squared plus 3y squared plus 6xy minus 3z squared. So this is the first equation given to us. X plus y minus z equals to 5/6, equation 1. Second equation, x plus y plus z equals to 8. So you can see that z here is minus, z here is positive. So if you add the two equations together, that will eliminate z for us. So add equation 1 and equation 2. X plus y will give us 2x. Y plus y will give us 2y. Then minus z plus z will give us 0. So we'll be having 5/6 plus 8 here. So if you simplify that further, find the LCM of the right hand side. You have 5 plus 48/6. Then from there, that will give us 2x plus 2y equals to 53/6. Then from there, 2 is common at the left hand side. You can factorize 2 and divide both sides by 2. So you'll be having x plus y equals to 53/6 divided by 2. So if you change this one to multiplication, that will be 1/2. Then that 1 that will multiply 6, that will give us 53/12. We can call that equation 3. So we can see that this equation 3 is we can put that either in equation 1 or equation 2, because x plus y is here, x plus y is also here. So we can substitute the value of this into either equation 1 or equation 2 to find the value of our z. So I can put equation 3 into equation 2 so that to know the value of our z. So whenever we see x plus y, you can call it 53/12. So that means this equation will become 53/12 plus z equals to 8. So we have 53/12 plus z equals to 8. So you can call it like times now, z will be equals to 8 minus 53/12. So find the LCM, which is 12. Then simplify that. That will give us 96 minus 53/12. So z will be 43/12. Now that we know the value of z, you can go ahead to simplify this expression given to us here. We have 3x squared plus 3y squared plus 6xy minus 3z squared. Something is common here. 3 is common, so we can factorize 3 out. We have 3 into x squared plus y squared plus 2xy minus z squared. Then from there, we can see that x squared plus y squared plus 2xy is an expansion of x plus y all squared. Because if I expand x plus y all squared, it's going to give me x squared plus y squared plus 2xy. So recall that x plus y squared, if you expand this bracket, which is x plus y in two places, expand it and simplify it, that will give us x squared plus y squared plus 2xy. So that means I can replace this from here to here with x plus y squared. So if I do that, that means the expression becomes 3 into x plus y squared minus z squared. We know the value of x plus y, which is 53 over 12. If you put that here, we have 3 into 53 over 12 squared minus z squared. We know the value of z. Z is 43 over 2 over 12. So that gives us 43 over 12 squared. Then from there, if you simplify further, 53 squared is 2,809 over 12 squared is 144 minus 43 squared is 1,849 over 144. Find the LCM here. You have 3. LCM is 144. Then this minus this will give us 960 over 12 over 144. 3 can go in 144. Then if you simplify that, that will give us 144 can go in this. That will give us what am I saying? 3 can go in 144. Then whatever we get divided by you use to quarter 960, that gives us 20. So if you evaluate this, that gives us 20 as the answer. Question number 9 is from the angle of elevation and depression. Angle of elevation and depression. Two poles on the same horizontal level are 16 meters apart. The angle of elevation of the tops of the pole P and M from a point halfway between the poles are 60 degrees and 70 degrees respectively. We are to illustrate the information in a diagram. So let's quickly draw the diagram. We are told that 2 poles are involved. 2 poles on the same horizontal level are 16 meters apart. So what can we say? Would the 2 poles be equal in length or in height? Or they should be, one should be taller than the other one. So it is the angle of elevation that will tell us. Since the angle of elevation is different, it's not the same thing, so that means the 2 poles are of different height. So let this represent the first pole. That means the second pole, let this represent the second pole. So we know the distance between both of them, they are 16 meters apart. So the distance between them will be 16 meters like this. Then we are told that the angle of elevation of the tops P and M from a point F, that is the top of these 2 poles, are labeled P and M. So, and there is something is observing the top of this pole and this pole at the middle of the distance between the 2 poles, which is the middle of this 16, and the middle of 16 is going to be 8 meters. So we are told that the angle of elevation of the tops of the pole P and M from a point halfway between the poles. So that means there is a point here. Okay, the top here is P, the top here is M. So there's a point at the middle of the distance between the 2 poles. Let's call that point K. So that means something is observing the top of the pole here at P, and something is also observing the top of the pole M here. So that means that thing will look up, leaving the initial side here to form an angle of elevation here, which should be 60 degrees. So that thing also at the point K will also leave its initial side here, looking at the top of the pole to form an angle of elevation here also, which is 70 degrees. So that is the diagram they want us to draw. Of course, you can also find correct to 3 significant figures the distance of the top of the pole M from the top of P. So then we are looking for the distance from M to P here, which should be joined. Okay, this will form a right angle triangle here. So this which is joined by which is joined together by this straight line PM or MP. So this is the diagram they want us to illustrate Then now they want us to find the distance between the two pole, the top of the two pole, which is MP. Then let's do that in the next slide. So this is the diagram we got before, and our aim is to find the distance MP. Then all we need to do is to tidy up the diagram, and before we can solve the question. Now what can we do? We are told that this K is the midpoint of this is at the middle of this distance between P and the two poles rather. This point K is the middle of these two poles. Is the middle of the distance between the two poles rather. So and the distance between the two poles is 16 meters. So that means from here to here will be 8. From here to here will also be what? 8. So let's call this point A. Let's call this one B. So that means here will be 8 meters. Here also will be 8 meters. So also we can find the angle between the angle that is missing here. We can find it because the angle is 60. This one is 70. There's a relation between the three angles, which is angle on a straight line. So angle PKM, which is this angle here, will be 180 minus 60 minus 70, which is 50 degrees. And the reason being that angles on a straight line. Now that we know this angle to be 50 degrees, now we can find this side of this triangle, which is the hypotenuse side of this triangle PAK, and we can also find this side of this triangle MKB, which is the hypotenuse side as well. So when we now know that, since we know this angle, we can now use cosine rule to find this side we are looking for this triangle, because this one is not a right angle triangle. So from there, okay, this angle is 50 degrees. We have already talked about that. From triangle PAK, which is the right angle triangle. So we can find this side, which is the hypotenuse side of that triangle, using trigonometric ratio. Adjacent over hypotenuse, that will be cosine. Cos 60 will give us adjacent, which is 8 over hypotenuse, which is PK. Cross multiply from there, we have a PK multiply cos 60 equals to 8. Divide both sides by cos 60. That will be PK will be 8 over cos 60. Simplify, that will give us 16 meters. Also from triangle MBK, which is also a right angle triangle, we are looking for the hypotenuse side. Adjacent over hypotenuse, that will be cos also. Cos 70 will be cos 8 over side MK. Then cross multiply and divide also. MK will be equal to 8 over cos 70. So MK side MK will be 23.39 meters. Now that we know the two sides of this triangle PMK, so from triangle PKM, which is this non-right angle triangle, we can use a cosine rule to find what we are looking for. So using cosine rule, we'll be having PM squared equals to PK squared plus MK squared minus 2 multiplied by the two given sides, cos the angle facing the side we are looking for. So which is angle PKM, which is the 50 degrees we have here. So if you substitute, we have MP squared equals to 16 squared plus 23.39 squared minus 2 into 16 times 20.39 cos 50. Then from there, if we simplify further, we'll be having 16 squared is 256. Square of this is this. Open bracket with multiply this out, we have minus 481.1136. Okay, we have multiplied this out with cos 50 as well. That gives us this. If we simplify this further by adding and subtracting, we will get 321.97843. Our aim is to find PM rather. So we need to get rid of the square by finding square root of both sides. So PM will be 17.943757. We have to approximate our answer to three significant figure. That gives us 17.9 meters to 3 significant figure. So that's all question number 9 for us. Question number 10 is from probability. We are told that the probability that 3 friends X, Y, and Z will gain admission into a higher institution are 3 over 5, 4 over 7, and 2 over 3 respectively. We have to find probability that only one will gain admission, or none of them will gain admission, and at most 2 of them will gain admission. Like I told you, the question is from the probability. 3 friends X, Y, and Z will gain admission. The probability that they will gain admission is this. So we should be able to find probability that each of them will not gain admission as well. So if probability that S will gain admission is 3 over 5, then the probability that S will not gain admission will be 1 minus 3 over 5, because probability of success plus probability of failure will give us 1. So if probability of probability that S will gain admission is success, the probability that it will not gain admission is failure. So that will be 1 minus probability of success, which is 3 over 5. That gives us 2 over 5. So how can we do this? Let S be the probability that S will gain admission. That means let's use S prime to represent probability of that it will not gain admission. So I'll be having probability of S gaining admission is X, which is S over 5. Probability that it will not gain admission will represented by S prime, and that will be equal to 1 minus 3 over 5. That gives us 2 over 5. Also for the Y as well, the second friend. So that will be probability that will gain admission is 4 over 7, which is represented by Y. Probability that will not gain admission, that will be represented by Y prime. So that will be this as well. Then probability that Z will gain admission, that will be 2 over 3. We can also get probability that will not gain admission, that will be Z prime as well. That will give us this as well. Now that we know this, we got to find probability that only one will gain admission. So probability that only one will gain admission is that we have if S gain admission, that means Y will not gain, Z will not gain. That means one of them gain admission in that case. Or if Y gain admission, that means S will not gain admission, Z will not gain admission. That is another option. Or Z gain admission, that means S will not gain admission, Y will not gain admission as well. So that means we have 3 options. So probability of only one gain admission is S gain admission, Y did not gain, Z did not gain, plus, which is represented by or, probability that S will not gain, Y gain, Z did not gain, or probability that S did not gain, Y did not gain, Z gain. So these are the 3 options for probability of that only one will gain admission. And if you substitute the values into these options, we have probability of X gain admission is 3 over 5. So we'll be having 3 over 5 times Y did not gain, that is 3 over 7, times Z did not gain, that 1 over 3. So that gives us this one here. Then plus, which is this plus here. S did not gain admission is 2 over 5. We have 2 over 5 times Y gain is 3 over 7. Sorry, there's an error here, I think. Okay, sorry, it's not. Y gain is 4 over 7, which is this. Then Z did not gain, that will be 1 over 3. Then plus probability that S did not gain, that will be 2 over 5, times probability that Y did not gain, 3 over 7, times probability that Z gained, that will be 2 over 3, which is this as well. So you can now simplify this. You can call this 3 can call here. So you have 3 over 5 times 7 is 35. You have 3 over 35 there, plus nothing can cut here. 2 times 4 is 8. Then 5 times 7 is 35 times 3, that gives us 105. Then 3 can cancel 3 here. You have 2 times 2 is 4. 5 times 7 is 35. You can find the LCM here, which is 105. Simplified like this, you have a 9 plus 8 plus 12. That should give us a 29 over 105. So that's probability that only one will gain admission. Then probability that none will gain admission will be probability that S did not gain, Y did not gain, and Z did not gain. So that will be probability that none gain admission will be probability that S did not gain, which is 2 over 5, times probability that Y did not get 3 over 7, times probability that Z did not, which is 1 over 3. 3 we cancel 3 here, you have a 2 over 35. And the probability that none will gain admission. Then probability, the last one is probability that at most 2 of them will gain admission. At most 2 of them will gain admission. So it could be 2 of them gain admission, or 1 of them gain admission, or none gain admission. That's meaning of at most. The highest admission, the highest of them that gain admission is 2. So the option we have there is 2 of them will gain admission, or 1 of them will gain admission, or none of them will gain admission. So how do we do that? We need to be smart with our thinking. If 2 of them could gain, 1 of them could gain, or none could gain, the best way to do is to find the probability of 3 of them gaining admission. If you find the probability that 3 of them gaining admission, we can now remove it from 1. That will give us the probability of the remaining options. So we can find probability of 3 of them gaining admission, then remove it from 1. That will give us the probability of at most 2 gain admission. That we solve here. Now the probability of at most 2 we gain admission is 1 minus probability of all of them we gain admission. So, and the probability that all of them will gain admission is 3/5 for X gaining admission, 4/7 for Y gaining admission, 2/3 for Z gaining admission. If you simplify that further, 3 we cancel 3 here, we have 8/35. So that will give us 1 minus 8/35. If you simplify that further, that will give us 27/35 for probability of at most 2 of them will gain admission. So that's for solution for question number 10. Question number 11 is from the arithmetic of finance. In this case, simple interest. Okechukwu invested 56,500 with 2 different banks at 12% and 15% per annum simple interest. If you receive a total interest of $27,381.90 after 3.5 years, you have to calculate the amount invested with each bank. So like I told you, the question is from the simple interest. Now what we don't know is that we don't know how much the person Okechukwu invested in each of the bank. So let X be amount invested in the first bank, and the Y amount invested in the second bank. So X is the amount invested in the first bank, and the Y is the amount invested in the second bank, since there are 2 different banks involved. So now the total all the amount invested was $56,500. So that means the amount in the bank X and bank Y should be added to this amount. So X plus Y, amount in bank Y, X plus amount in bank Y will be this amount. That gives us equation 1. So we are told that the total interest earned from the 2 banks is this amount. So then we know that to calculate simple interest we have interest equals to PRT over 100. So we know the year that it took to invest the money, 3.5 years, and we know the rate for each of the bank, which is 12% and 15%. So you can put that into this formula. So if you calculate the interest for the bank X, calculate the interest for bank Y, if you add them together, that should give us the total interest earned. So then if you put that into this formula, then the interest for bank X is this, the interest for bank Y is this, which if you add 2 of them together should give all the total amount of interest earned. So principal for the bank S is the amount invested, which is X, multiplied by the rate, which is 12%, multiplied by the time, which is the 3.5 years, which is changed to an improper fraction. That gives us 7/2/100, plus the amount invested in bank Y, is the amount invested in the second bank is the Y times the rate, which is 15, times time, which is 7/2/100. Then from there, if you simplify for that, 2 will go in 12, so that will give us 6 times 7 will give us 42, times X will give us 42x/100. If you simplify this, 2 into 15 will give us 7.5 times 7, that will give us 52.5 Y/100 equals to this. So to be able to remove this decimal point here, we can multiply through by 1000. Had it been there is no decimal point here, we can multiply through by 100, so I have to clear the denominator. But if you move decimal point here, we are going to move it just 1 time. So we are going to move it just 1 time to the back of 5. So that will give us a 525y. So that means this becomes over 1000. So multiply through by 1000. So we'll be having 420x plus 525y equals to, if we multiply this one by 1000, we have 27,381,900. Then from there now, something is common. I think you can divide through by 5. That should reduce the equation to 84s plus 105y equals to 5,476,380 which will give us another equation 2. So we need to solve this equation 1 and equation 2 simultaneously now using any method we know. So I can multiply this equation 1 by 84 so that I can use elimination method. So multiply equation 1 by 84. So that equation 1 will become 8x plus 84x plus 84y. Multiply this one by 84, that gives us a 4,746,000. Then from there now we can now eliminate equation 3 and equation 2. So I can subtract equation 3 from equation 2 to eliminate x. So subtract equation 3 from equation 2 so that I can eliminate x. So that means 84x minus 84 will give us 0. 105y minus 84y, that gives us 21y equals to 5,476,380 minus 4,746,000. That will give us sorry, let's go back. If you subtract this from this, that should give us 73. Sorry, I'm having a glitch here. That gives us 730,380 rather for that. Sorry for the screen. The screen of the system is having I'm having a glitch there. So that gives us 21y equals to 730,380. So divide both sides by 21. That gives us 34,780 as the money invested in bank Y. Sorry, the money invested in second bank. So you need to put the value of y into equation 1 to find the value of x. So in equation 1 we have x plus y equals to 56,500. So put the value of y there. So you'll be having and collect lifetime. You're having 56,500 minus 34,780. That gives us 21,720 dollars. So that's the amount invested in the first bank. So the amount invested in the first bank is $21,720. In the second bank, $34,380. So that's solution for question number 11A. Question number 11B is from the logarithm. We are to simplify the evaluate log and sort 35 plus log sort 2 minus log 7. Don't forget that they did not put the base. That means the log is automatically in base 10. So that means you are going to apply the laws of logarithm. And if you want to know more on logarithm, you can check my video where I explain everything on logarithm. So you can apply the laws here. So that will be log open bracket so 35 times plus we change to times sort 2 over minus we change to division over sort 7. Then from there sort 35 times sort 2 we go sort 70 over sort 7. So that gives us sort 70 over sort 7. And according to sort 70 over sort 7 can be matched together to give us a single sort. So that will give us a log sort 70 over over 7. So that will give us a log sort 10. And this can be written as in the index form. That will be called log 10 raised to power half, because square root means raised to power half. So according to the law of logarithm, this power will come to the back. You have half log 10. And don't forget that this log is in base 10. So log 10 base 10 will give us 1. So that will give us half over 1. That will give us a half as the final answer for question number 11B. And if you want to understand things, how to simplify sort, also check my video where I explain everything on the sort on my channel as well. Question number 12A is from the what's it called, arithmetic of finance with word problem as well. We are told that a man buys eggs at 4,500 per crate of 30 eggs. He finds that 20% of the egg are broken and sell the rest at 3,000 per dozen. When correct to the nearest whole number, the percentage profit. So cost of crate, it was 4,500, and in that crate we have 30 eggs. So 20% of the 30 eggs were broken. So let's calculate that. Pot to broken egg will be 20 over 100 times the number of eggs, which is 30. That gives us 6 eggs. So out of 30 eggs, 6 eggs were broken. So that means the good eggs will be 30 minus 6. That gives us 24 eggs that were good. Then from there, from this good, from the good eggs, the rest it was sold for 3,000 per dozen. So how many dozen can we see in these 24 eggs? You know that dozen means 12 eggs. So a dozen is 12 eggs. So that means in this number of eggs that is good, we'll be having 2 dozen, which is 24 divided by 12. So we have 2 dozens. So it is 2 dozen. So the 2 dozen that was not sold for 3,000 per dozen. So from there, that means the revenue that will be made will be now be 2 dozen times each the amount that each of the dozen were sold. That will be 3,000. So that means revenue will be 6,000 now. So to know the profit made, that will be 6,000 minus the cost of the crate, which is 4,500. So the profit will be 6,000 minus 4,500. So the profit will be 1,500 naira. Our aim is to calculate the percentage profit, and the percentage profit will be profit over cost price multiplied by 100. So the profit is 1,500 over cost price 4,500 multiplied by 100. That will give us 33.3333. So that should give us 3% to the nearest whole number as a percentage profit. That was solution for question number 12A. Well, question number 12B, you are told that a cyclist is riding a bicycle with wheels 1 meter in diameter. If the wheels make 132 revolutions each per minute, find the average speed in kilometer per hour when pi is 3.142. So the diameter of the wheel is 1 meter. Then that means the radius will be 1/2, which is 0.5 meters. Then from there, we can find the circumference of the wheel, because the wheel is circular in shape. That will give us a 2 pi r. So if you substitute that, then we have a circumference will be 2 times pi is 3.142 times 0.5, which is the radius. That will give us half into give us 1 times that will give us 3.142 meters as the circumference of the wheel. Since the wheel make a 132 revolution per minute, so we'll know that a minute is 60 seconds. Now we can find the distance covered per minute, which will be number of revolution multiplied by the circumference of the wheel. That will give us 132 times 3.142. Then that will give us 414.744 meters as the distance covered per minute. Now we can now calculate the distance covered per hour now, since we know that 60 minutes make 1 hour. So that will be 414.74 times 60 minutes that make 1 hour. So that will give us 24,888.64 meters. Therefore, since 1 kilometer equals to 1,000 meters, our question says we should leave our answer in kilometer per hours. So that will give the average speed per hours will be the distance divided by 1,000. That will give us 24.88 kilometer per hours. Question number 13A, which is the last question, is on circle geometry. We are told that in the diagram, M, N, R are points on the circle P. M, N, R as point on the circle P. Then S, M, N is a straight line. S, M, N is a straight line. That means this is a straight line. Angle MSR is 39 degrees, which is this angle here. Angle PMR is 31 degrees, which is 1 here. Then side SM is equal to side MR. That's why we have these 2 straight lines on the 2 sides. And to calculate angle NRM, angle NRM, we are looking for the total angle that is here. Angle NRM, we are looking for the whole angle here that we are looking for. So how can we go about it? Let's see together. We know that side RP, line RP, which is this line here, is equal to line PM, which is here as well. The reason because they are radii. PR is a radius, PM is a radius. That means they are equal. So that make a triangle RPM an isosceles triangle. You agree with me that because the 2 sides are equal in this triangle RPM. So if the 2 sides are equal, that means angle PRM will be equal to angle PMR. This reason me that base angle of isosceles triangle, this angle here will be called this angle here. So angle PRM, this angle here, PRM, which is this angle here, this small angle here will be 31 degrees. Reason being that base angles of isosceles triangles. So that means we know the angle here. Fine. So also RM, line RM is equal to line MS, as you have been told in the question. So that makes triangle RMS an isosceles triangle as well. Triangle RMS is also an isosceles triangle. So that means the base angle of that triangle will also be equal. That means this angle here will be equal to this angle that is here. So this angle is 39. This angle also will be 39. So that means angle MRS, which is this angle, will be 39 degrees. Base angles of isosceles triangle as well. Are we there? So we know this angle here, 39. We know the angle here is 31. So also from this triangle RPM, you can find the third angle here, which is angle RPM, which is the angle at the center there. So from triangle RPM, we can find the angle RPM, which is the angle at the center, will be 180 minus this angle here. We got a 31, and this one, which is a sum of angle in a triangle. So that will give us 180 minus 31 minus 31. That will give us 118. So that means this angle RPM, this angle at the center here is 118. And we know that this angle here have relationship with the angle at the circumference here. Angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference. So angle RNS or RNM. Angle RNM will be equal to 118 divided by 250. That will give us 59 degrees. The reason being that angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference. Now that we know that, we can now see that the whole shape here is a triangle. Triangle RNS. So in that triangle RNS, we have this angle, which is angle there. We also have this angle here. So we can find the whole angle here, which is angle NRS. You can find the whole angle there. So when we find the whole angle there, don't forget our aim is to find the angle NRM, which is the angle NRM, which is the angle here. So if you know the whole angle here, and we can now remove this angle that is here from it, that will give us what we are looking for. So from triangle RNS, which is the big triangle that I talk about, we can find angle NRS, which is the whole angle that is here, by doing 180 degrees minus angle RNM, angle RNM, which is the angle we found here, which is 59, minus angle NRS, angle NSR rather, NSR, which is the angle which is 39. So if we substitute that, will give us 180 minus 59 minus 39. That will give us 82 degrees. So that means the whole angle here is 82 degrees. So angle NRM, which is what we are looking for, NRM will be angle NRS, which that we just found, minus angle MRS, So the angle we are looking for here, from here to here, is same thing as the whole angle here minus the angle that we have here. So the angle NRS is 82 minus MRS that we have already gotten before was 39. So we have 39 here, and that will give us a 43 degrees as the angle we are looking for, angle NRM. Then for question number 13b, which is the last question, this is this from algebraic fraction. We have to simplify this algebraic fraction. Now what can we do here? We can multiply through by the LCM of the denominators. LCM of 3 and 4 is 12. So you can multiply through by the LCM of 3 and 4, which is 12. So if you multiply through by 12, we have this. Then 12 times 1 will give us 12. Then 3 can go in 12, that give us 4. Then 4 multiply the bracket here. 3 in 12 also give us 4. 4 multiply the bracket. Then 4 in 12 is 3. 3 will multiply the bracket as well. So if you open the bracket, you'll be having 12 minus 4m plus 24 equals to 4m plus 20 minus 3m plus 18. From there we can collect like times. So we'll be having minus 4m. This 4m come here, we have minus 4m. minus 3m come here, you have plus 3m equals to 20 plus 18. 12 come here, equal minus 12. 24 minus 24 come here, become plus 24. Minus 4m give us minus 8m plus 3m, that gives us minus 5m equals to 20 plus 18 is 38. Minus 12, that gives us 26 plus 24, that 50. So we have 5 minus 5m equals to 50. Divide both sides by minus 5, that gives us m to be minus 10. So that is the solution to all the questions that we propose to solve in this WAEC GCE 2024 general mathematics theoretical part of the questions. So, and I want to believe that you have learned one or two things from this video, and you believe you understand everything, every process we took there. And before we go, if you are here to subscribe to this channel, please click the subscribe button right now, like the video, and you can click the notification button of the so as to be notified whenever we post information on this channel. I want you to share this video with the students out there who are preparing for WAEC 2025, WASC 2025, and the GCE 2025 as well, so as to help them in preparing for the examination. And also like the video, comment in the comment section of this video, and the next video I'm going to be making is the further mathematics question for the GCE 2024 as well, and I'll see you in that video. Thank you and God bless you. Bye.